We are celebrating 10 years of ABC57 Kickoff, and that's 10 seasons packed with fighting Irish football and deep dives into the history and traditions surrounding Notre Dame.
Well, for nearly a decade, we told you the story of Lori Wenger, the artist behind one of the biggest staples of the Fighting Irish football program. Take a look.
Definition: time is a measured period during which action, process, or condition exists. 200 years from now, how will your time be remembered? Will it be by single acts of kindness, or maybe by the journey, the process of getting from point A to point B? Or is it the state of mind, the feeling to which you shed onto others? 200 years from now, how will your time be remembered for today?
A long, long time ago.
Today is a special day for South Bend native Lori Wenger. A day rooted in action and process and hampered only by condition.
I was the only one that did it. There was nobody else. It was all hand done at that time. And I could have done it because I took commercial art in high school.
30 years ago, Wenger worked at the University of Notre Dame as a graphic artist and sign painter. Hundreds of signs, footballs, all by brushstroke. When one day in 1986, football head coach Lou Holtz sent her another project.
Went to the library and got all the books on the history of Notre Dame, wanted to know everything about it. And I noticed a picture in there of the entranceway to the stadium, and it had "Play Like a Champion Today." I said, we're going to get that sign made up again. We're going to put the same place it was in that book.
It was just another sign. I had other things on my desk that they wanted me to do, and so somebody from football came in, gave me a scrap of paper and said, "Play like a champion today," and I was given it and said, "Coach wants this in blue and gold." Okay, so I used the colors available to me at the time, and the rest is history.
And with permission from the university, Lori could sell the sign.
Time went by and other people wanted it too, so I was like, okay. And so I started to make it into a business. It was like, holy cow, a lot of people want this. So I was just floored by that.
And for the next 4 years, Lori didn't have much of a life because she hand painted every single one of those signs.
I think it was close to, 600.
Yeah.
We did hand painted in our basement. She worked all day and then come home and did it at night, and we were both down there. She wasn't down there alone. And then Don would come and help. It was a group thing.
The two married for all but 7 years, and in a moment, everything would change.
You know, when you're married and your wife's diagnosed with MS, and you look at the challenges that are going to lay ahead of you in your marriage and going on with your life, and you say "I do," and you say "in sickness and in health," and I took that seriously. It's not easy, but it's her enthusiasm, her smile that keeps you going. You get so proud of her every day that it's rough.
The disease stripping her of even the simplest of passions. Since her diagnosis 23 years ago, Lori has lost much of her mobility. But today, after a decade, this painter is reunited with her past.
I do no friend.
Waking up the echoes in her mind that can't be forgotten. And it's in these brushstrokes that her time is told.
When you hit that sign, I want you to remember all the sacrifices you have made, all the effort you have put forth, all the effort that the people and players that came here before you in building this great tradition have put forth.
Her sign's going to be there in 200 years. Her legacy is going to live on in that sign. Her artwork is going to be there. So that's kind of neat. That's a good legacy for her to have.
200 years from now, how will your time be remembered? Will it be action? Will it be the process? Or will it be condition? How will you be remembered for today?
Wow.
Well, Lori will be watching today, and MS has stricken her of much of her mobility, but she still communicates with me every week on Facebook, and we still chat about Notre Dame and the sign. And Allison, I know you and I, it's something special to us as well. Through the years, we've taken many pictures. We've been fortunate enough to take many pictures by the sign as well.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at that. You there with Lori. Someone in an interview podcast, you're there with your wife, Heather. They asked me, what does Notre Dame mean to you? And I said, well, it's really become woven into my everyday life. I have a picture. There's my daughter, Emery, to have that moment with her in there. And she's just a little girl. And on my wedding day, they allowed us to come into the stadium and take a picture at the sign and give a kiss and all that good stuff. But it's just amazing. Over the years now, going on 20 plus years, it's just, it literally is woven into the fabric of my everyday life, and that sign is so meaningful. Coming up just a little bit later on in the show, we're going to look back at Lou Holtz's career, and I talk with him about the Play Like a Champion Today sign and what his motivation was behind it.